Hey, Coach, so glad you found us on YouTube. Couple things. First of all, make sure you go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Let me help you put banners and all those things in the gym. It's a great community. We do one-on-one calls, office hours. There's nothing like it. And you get my personal email address. There's a roadmap in there to help you become a better basketball coach. Also, go over and subscribe and like. Have a great day.
All right, welcome to High School Hoops, Coach. It's cannon, right? It's cannon,
Yes, sir. Yep.
like a can. You shoot a cannon.
Yep. Yep. Boom,
Yeah,
boom.
boom, boom. I'm watching a manhunt right now. So it's about after the Civil War cannons and them it's on HBO and they're it's the manhunt to get John Wilkes Booth. It's really interesting.
Okay. I thought
Yeah.
you were a math teacher though. Why?
I
You
am a
did?
math teacher, but I love history.
Okay.
I love history. Gettysburg. My son looked at Gettysburg College, and I didn't get to. I was so mad at my wife. It's like I want to go look at that. I want to go on the
Oh yeah. Every
battlefield.
time you go
And
visit, you could just go
I
bounce.
know, but anyway. So I told her. I said we have to go back to Gettysburg. All right. So before we jump into today's podcast, I'd like to give a big shout out to our two sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish. Do you have any Dr. Dishes in your program?
I do not. At
No.
my AAU program has one. Yep. We
One.
sell dish time. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
you need more Dr. Dishes. Anyway, love them. Hopefully we're using them. We were using them at 6:45 a.m. this morning, so that's good. Good sign. Anyway, mention High School Hoops, Coach Collins, and they'll give you $450 off, and they'll take really good care of you. Trust me. They'll take good care of you. Just tell them I sent you. And then also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. I got two kids in college. I was hyperventilating on the way home today. So anyway, if you want to help Coach Collins out, you like all the content I put out, teachhoops.com is a way you can help out. All right. So topic today. So Coach came up with these topics. So this week's topic, we're going to talk about the role of AAU basketball. So what do you mean by that, Coach?
Man, that is
It's a loaded question.
that's a loaded topic. So I've been coaching AAU, in between my high school seasons for 9 out of the 12 years. So I coach all year round.
Okay.
Um,
So first of all, crazy in my opinion.
it's yes.
I mean, I coach. I don't know if you've listened to my podcast, but I used to coach volleyball in the fall and then go right into basketball.
I did that for a while too. Yep.
Oh my God. I don't know how I did that. I just
Me
oh my God. So I don't know how you go from basketball season to basketball season. That's gotta be really
Well, the
hard.
schedule it's a little bit lighter. So AAU, we practice twice a week, and then you have a
That's
game.
true.
So it's a little bit lighter. There's not as much of the in and out day to day type of
The
relationship you have to build
weekends.
with
It's
the
the
kids.
weekends are
Oh,
just
it's the weekends.
sucked.
The tournament times are brutal. Yeah, where you'll just I'll be 2 hours away from 9 to 4. That's my Saturday. But I've cut it down. I used to do 4 teams. I'm down to 2 now.
Okay.
So I'm weaning myself off.
That's good. That's good. So
Um,
so here's my observation with it, with the role of AAU. I think there's a spot for it. I think it grew faster than it was. So I'm gonna go back to 17, 18 years ago, like 03, 04, 05, when it was just, at least when it was just kind of bubbling here. Kids were just starting to do it. It was
so YouTube was coming, like you had the highlights, the mixtapes that were coming out.
the thing, but it was like programs that would have a team or two teams, maybe. But if you didn't make it, you just didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
And now it seems like programs have 5, 6 teams, and the bottom 4 teams pay for the top 2 teams, and the bottom 4 kids should take up curling rather than play basketball. This is
That is
purely observational of what I've seen, and it's like when it was back then, it actually served a purpose, and I think it serves a purpose, but I think the U.S. is falling behind in the sense that we've gone so far over here that we got to get a little bit back to the European model of development, of work, of skill work, of those kind of things. What's your thought on that?
Well, I mean, fortunately and unfortunately, I'm in a program where we are really focused on development and skills
That's good.
and doing the right things, but which is great during the week. And then when you get into the weekend tournament, we're up against a bunch of kids who haven't seen each other all week, and they're just coming out and dropping 50, and they're all on the sidelines with their phones out, and it's really not about development anymore. It's about how
No.
can I get my name out there and how many points can we put up. The coaches have the big egos on the side. It's a show.
Okay.
So,
So I'm
so
not,
from my,
because I haven't been, my son's going to be a senior in college. So I haven't been around this thing for like 5 years.
oh
I'm
yeah,
assuming it hasn't changed. It's probably gotten worse, in my opinion.
it has gotten worse. And even when I try to put, my program will try to put our teams into those, developmental type tournaments and stuff, you'll find that team that comes in and they win 80-12 and then 79-15.
Right.
And it's tough to keep your kids and your parents engaged with your program because
Right.
what's the point?
They're chasing the shiny object a little bit too.
Exactly. And then any kid that we do develop
Oof.
will then go off somewhere else. It's like the transfer portal.
It is like the that's what I was just gonna say. It's exactly like the transfer portal.
They're gone.
They're gone. Which,
Yeah.
in my opinion, so here's what I think is going to happen with the transfer portal. I know that's not our discussion thing. What I think is going to happen is, so I'm a Dartmouth grad. Dartmouth unionized this year. They're the first college team to unionize.
I saw that.
And I think what's going to happen is, I'm the Dartmouth coach. I'm the Wisconsin coach. I'm going to sign you to a 3-year contract, and you're going to get $850,000, and you're going to come play basketball for me. And we're not going to pretend it's this collegiate, and you're going to go to college and you're going to do your schoolwork and blah, blah, blah. But I think that's where it's going. And then I know I have you.
And that would make it so much more straightforward.
Don't you think? I think it would be.
I couldn't imagine. I mean, and you even saw it with Calipari leaving. He's probably a little bit.
He's leaving. He's leaving because he's on the hot seat, I think. But he's also leaving
of course.
He's also leaving because there's Tyson money down. There's money down there for NIL. So there's billionaires down there in Arkansas. There's Walmart, there's Tyson, there's these guys throwing money at him saying, well, it's a bidding war. I'm telling you right now, it's a bidding war. Like,
so why not just cut, like you said, cut the kids a paycheck, and I've got them. You're in a contract now.
You can go there, but you ain't gonna, like, you broke my contract, you can't play.
Yeah. Like, and you're protected from injury. You've got all that. You're good for your 3 years.
Yeah, or whatever it is, 2-year contract or whatever it is. It's probably gonna be more than a 1 year, in my opinion. But I think that's where it's going. And I think that's where the unionization is gonna help, because they're gonna have rights and they're gonna have like blah blah blah. And it's like, but anyway, I think it's got a spot. And I've told this story on podcasts before with my son. My son was a good high school player. Wasn't great, wasn't terrible. He was good. And I remember sitting him down after sophomore year, and I go, you can go play AAU junior year, or someday you can play for me. What do you want to do? You want to go hang out with your friends, or you want to get in the gym with your dad? Because I got the key.
Yep.
He was a smart enough kid. He goes, I want to get better. I want to play someday. And I go, okay, well, I'll make you better. I'll make you a shooter. I'll make you better. Can't make you taller, but I can do those things, or find the people that can help you do it. So, but most people aren't that realistic, I don't think.
No, and there's another aspect of the AAU situation. The parents, unfortunately, for the most part, are extremely unrealistic about where their kids stand, and what we're looking to do. Are we looking to make the high school team, or are you looking to get, 25 minutes in your AAU game? Like, what are we trying to do? Because the practice is where that kid is going to get better. And when we go and play,
what I don't fathom is I would literally like to shout from the highest mountain. It's like, come on, people. Your kid, even if your kid is good, they're not gonna make a living playing basketball.
No.
Like, so why are we like, you're better off? I mean, I was trying to use basketball to get my son into a good school. It kind of helped a little bit, but the school he eventually went to, it didn't really help at all. But that was like that's 50 years rather than, you know. I'll tell you a story. I had a kid who graduated in 17, and he was good, first team all state, good kid, player, about 6'7", could leap out of the gym, forward.
Oh, you're talking about a player.
Player of mine. And
Yeah.
and he was you know, he was a mid-major, you know, Akron, Toledo, those kind of schools we're looking at. And then all of a sudden, all the Ivies came in, and this kid was really smart. And I sat him down and I said, you can go to Toledo, or you can go to Dartmouth or Yale or this and be set for the rest of your life. What do you want? And I said, you have to go look at these schools.
Yeah.
Luckily, his parents were smart enough. He ended up going to Dartmouth, played 4 years, and ended up going to Loyola. Got his undergrad, got his grad. Now he's in Chicago working for a fine. I mean, he's making more in a year than I'm making, like 7. So it's like, but you know,
basketball served its purpose.
It served its purpose. Did he want to play overseas? Yeah, and he made a couple injuries, things he could have maybe, but like whatever. But that wasn't like the point. Is unless you're a lottery pick, there aren't many of those. And we're talking lottery picks of the whole. That's what I don't think I get. That's why I get frustrated with AAU is like you're competing with the whole world.
Yeah.
Watch the men's draft. It's not going to be the women's draft. Watch the men's draft. The women's draft is basically women from the U.S.
Oh no! Now you've got.
I got a kid from
I don't even know. I haven't seen the first 2 picks play in the men's draft.
Right. Yeah. You won't even know. You won't even know. So that's what I'm saying. It's like it's like the major leagues. It's like baseball. You know, half of them are playing in Puerto Rico or, you know, somewhere. It's like they throw the ball 95 miles, whatever. But I think that's the issue. I wish we would go more, and I think USA Basketball is trying, but I wish we went more toward the European model where 3 practices, 1 game kind of thing. It's so ingrained over there that no one thinks anything of. We're 3 games and 1 practice.
There's just so much money in
so much money.
And you know how if there's money there,
yes,
people are going to go get it.
Right.
And like you said, those bottom AAU programs feed the top ones. Those kids at the top are not paying any money to play.
No.
Yep. They're just out there sporting the uniforms.
Yep.
And
they're getting their travel paid for. They're going EYBL.
Yep.
They're doing all that. Yep. And it's like, and they're, you know, they're getting recruited and they're blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I know it's crazy land.
Yep.
And I don't know. So any closing? I mean, from someone that's doing it, what are your thoughts?
I mean, my thoughts are, and I dealt with this with my kids this year, is find a program where it's reputable. They have your best interests. Hey, if you get cut from the A team, go play for the B team.
Right.
Because that's a real program. They're telling you that you're not going to play on the A pro. Like, so take the B program then, because they're being honest with you.
Right.
If saying, hey, pay $1,500 for 8 games,
and you're not good enough, and you're not good enough,
you're sitting there and you're going to be carrying bags.
Right.
Find a program where you're going there, you're getting the coaching, you're getting the guidance. The people have resumes, because a lot of times I coach against guys, they're coaching in pajama pants. Because you know what I mean? Like,
it's crazy when you go on TikTok. Some of these guys, it's like, what are you doing? Like, holy
and I lose to them. I lose to them, and it's an ego check. It is an ego check, but you know, make sure that you're not under one of those guys or girls. Like, make sure that there's somebody that actually cares and somebody has a resume and somebody that's developing you and the time's being put in.
Right.
Or you're just writing a check. You might as well just pay a trainer at that point.
Right. You know, and the thing is,
your high school coach.
Yeah, you know, I'm telling you right now, we're not like. So I have a bunch of my guys playing. I have a bunch of guys playing baseball and doing other things, which I'm happy about. But playing tennis, playing baseball, good, go do that. We're as a high school program, we're going back to like 4 years. We're not playing in anything this summer. We're not playing in any leagues. We're not playing in any things. I go, you guys don't need more games. You need to get in the gym and you need to work on skills and you need to work on your shot and you need to work on this. We don't need more games. You're playing plenty of games with your AAU stuff. So let's get back in the gym. Let's get shots up. Let's like, blah, blah, blah. Let's figure out how you can shoot 15,000 threes by the time November rolls around.
Well, and that's the other thing with AAU too. So, you get into an AAU program and the coach is obsessed with dribble drive, but your team's running Princeton in high school.
Right.
So you're actually taking away from development for what you actually need to do in the season.
Right. Right. Yeah.
It's a weird world.
I know. It's it really is. And it's like, I always tell parents, will your son or daughter come out of that program better human being and a better player? Like, you want both. And if they do, the human being part is more important than the basketball part. But it's like, you don't need to travel to Iowa and Atlanta and California and Vegas and you don't need to do all that to become a better basketball player.
No, I told 3 of my high school kids, go run track, go jump, go get basketball off your mind for a couple months. And you can go shoot around your friends.
You'll get less hurt too. Yep. That's the thing too. It's the same compounding, same thing over and over. I think that's why these kids are getting hurt too. They're doing the same thing on their bodies and they're still growing. I know my twins are 6'5", 6'6" that are and they were beat up all season, but I think it's because now they're playing baseball. Great. I'm so happy. I'm going to go watch them on Thursday. It's great because you're using something else. It's perfect.
Yeah. And you get a break and mentally you're away from
and they're hanging out with their friends and it's like, whatever. It's great. Baseball in Wisconsin, it's like playing baseball in Alaska. It's like, I think we have a nice day today, but it might snow tomorrow.
Yeah. We're 55 and windy out here. So
so it's like whatever. All right. Anything else? Any closing remarks on that, Coach?
I guess this would be a bad time to pitch my AAU program, but
no, you should pitch your AAU. Tell me you're in.
We're Hoop Heaven in Waldwick, New Jersey.
So where in New Jersey?
I'm in North New Jersey, so right around New York City. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say I tell you right now, go to New York. How long would it take you to get there? Not right now. It's rush hour. It's 5, 6 o'clock. How long?
But everyone's coming out of the city right now.
So you could get in. How long would it take you to get in?
30 minutes.
Really?
And that's sitting in bridge traffic. Yeah.
That's not bad.
I'm right there. I walk out my door and I see the Statue of Liberty and all that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
All right, we got to run a clinic. I got to run a clinic in New York. I was going to run. We got to talk about that at some point.
Come on down.
I know my brother's got a place in Greenwich, so
okay.
So I got a place to stay, which is always good in New York.
Can't beat it.
Oh, no, can't beat it. it's yeah. I don't know how people live in New York. I just don't know how you do it.
I don't know. This area is tough too. There's days I come home from traffic and I'm yeah.
I mean, I literally leave work. I'm home in 6 minutes. I'm outside throwing a ball to my dogs, and it's like, and it's great. I love Chicago. I go visit. I love New York. I visit, but I don't know. I don't know if my personality can handle it. All right. So what is it? What is it? Hoops? What?
Hoop Heaven. Hoop Heaven.
All right. And it's boys or girls?
Both. We do everything. We started.
Any girls over 6'2", any boys over 6'9", make sure you
come on out. Come on out.
All right.
We got a spot for you.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Hey, Coach, so glad you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and like before you leave. And also go over and check out Teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's got everything and a roadmap for you to become a better basketball coach. So go over and check it out. And let's head back to the next video, wherever that would be.